So I had this idea of making a catch-all tray in the shape of a kidney or a jelly bean. So something like this. And then I wanted to add some texture to the outside of it, just something simple, something like this maybe, or that. And I just wanted to show you how I'll do this in Onshape. So first of all, I am going to download this image here. I already done that without the text in the bottom. And from here, we have a couple of options. We can put that image directly into Onshape, and I can use that to trace around it. Or I can convert it to an SVG file and then to a DXF file and put that into Onshape. I'm going to show you both ways, and then you can see that one of them in this case is much better than the other. So here on Free SVG Converter, I'm going to select the image that I just downloaded. So this one right here. And what I want is I want a SVG file that is not hollow inside like this one, because what will happen is if I import this into Onshape, it will see only the black border as the part, and we'll end up with something with a big hole in the middle. So I'm going to use this one here instead, which is exactly what I need. So I'm going to download that, and then over on Cloud Convert here, I'm going to upload that again, the SVG file, and we want to convert it to a DXF file. So I'm just going to do like that, and then we can download the file. Next, over in Onshape here, I'm going to go to the top plane, and then we'll create a sketch here. And here I will insert DXF image, and I'll just select the image that I just downloaded, and we'll insert that. And as you can see, we have a pretty good trace based on this, right? But there is an issue with something like this. And when I go and I extrude this, what you'll see is that we have a whole bunch of faces here all the way around. And this will cause an issue when we are going to create the outer texture where we're going to use a pattern. So what I'll do instead, in this case, is that I will delete these and then create a new sketch on the top plane here. I will, instead of a GFX, I will insert the image. This will be the PNG image, the screenshot I made, and I will put that in here. And then I will create another sketch on top of that. I just find that to be a little bit easier to work with. And from here, we're going to use this tool called Spline, which allows you to trace around something like this fairly easily. And again, this can be as detailed and perfect as you want it to. I might change it a little bit here, but it really, for this, it doesn't have to be exact. So now I can hide the image, and we have a nice looking sketch here. Now, when I go ahead and I extrude this thing here, you can see it only has a single face. And this makes it a lot easier to work with when we're going to create the outer pattern. I will extrude this with 25 millimeters. I think this is fine. But we can always change that later if needed. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shell this out, and I'll set this to, I think 1.5 is a little bit better here. Oh, actually, I forgot something very, very important, the size of this. So let's go back to the sketch here, not the extrude, the sketch. And let's do a line, construction line, and I'm just going to try to find the two, yeah, like this, right? So I can give it a dimension. I want this to be 180 millimeters wide. So we're going to do like that. Okay, this looks a little bit better. And now the dimension looks more correct. Okay, so next we're going to make some something around the edges here, so it looks a little bit more interesting. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sketch here on the top of the object. And what I'm going to do is create a line and make this a construction line. Where is that? Here. And I'll select the origin point here and then the outer edge. That way I will have a fully what's it called? A fully constrained line here. And from here, I'm going to create a center point here. And let's make this 2 millimeters. And now we can extrude that little circle, extrude it down. And I want to, instead of just blind, I want to set this to up to face and then select the bottom. This is just so if I decide this should be taller or smaller, or taller or lower, this will follow along, right? I also want to set this as a new part. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this part here and then we're going to pattern it around. So we'll select the, under patterns here, we're going to select the curve pattern and I'll select this part. And for the path, I'm going to select this outer edge. And then we need something like, I don't know, maybe 150. Yeah, this actually looks good, I think. Instead of new here, I'm going to select add. And for the merge scope, I'll select part 1. And that way we'll get something like this instead. And this looks nice, I think. This is maybe that. This is maybe what I will end up with. However, I just want to try some stuff before we get to that. So let's just go back here a little bit and I will create a sketch on the bottom. And again, I will create a construction line, but this time I don't want it to go straight up. I want it to go a little to the side. And then I will dimension that based on the other circle I made here. And let's set that to 8 millimeters. I will again create a circle based on this point. And again, I will make it 2 millimeters. So now we have a sketch here and a sketch here. And what we can do is we can use the loft feature where we can do like this and it will create a part between these two sketches. We have some options here. We can do normal to profile, which will bend it a little bit. Tangent to profile don't work. Let's see. Does the other one work here? We have some options, right? I think actually what I'll do is just this one here. Yeah, I think this is what makes the most sense for me now. So I'm going to create that. Now, one thing I want to show you here that sometimes when you do this, especially if you go in and say this should be a new part, we'll end up with this tiny little bit hole here. And this can be an issue when we're going to pattern. So I will create another loft. And for the other loft, I'm just going to select the inner part of the circle. And then I will add it to part 2 like that, right? So now we have a circle where half of it is kind of embedded into the main tray here. Again, we can go in, curve pattern, select this part here and select the outer path here. And let's again try let's try 125. And we want to add these. With part 1. I like the look of this. I like the look of this better than the other one. So I think this is probably what we'll go with. Again, this is not the most complicated design. This is fairly easy what I'm doing here, but I just wanted to show you like the process of using an image to create a shape and then adding this this outer pattern here. A couple of things I'll do before I print this out is that I will add a fillet here. I think 1 millimeter is fine, but let's see how it looks. Yeah, I think that will do. And I'm also going to add another fillet up here, but here I think 1 millimeter is probably too much. Let's try with 0.5 millimeter. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so I am ready to export this and print it out. So I'll just go ahead and export it, and we'll call it Jelly Bean Tray. Okay, and then I will open this up in Bamboo Lab. And it will tell me that this is not a Bamboo Lab file. That is fine. It wants me to match the colors. This is something new they added. I'm not sure if this is, if I'm able to change this anywhere, because I don't want it to do that every single time. But anyways, here we have the file. Let me just slice this and see how long it will take to print out. So 1.5 hours, that is actually pretty okay. I don't think I need to change any of the I don't need to change any of the settings here. I think everything looks good. So I'll go ahead and print this, and then we will take a look at the result. So here we are, it is printing, and as you can see, it was a fairly quick print, just around 90 minutes. But this is what I think is so cool about CAD design, that you can have an idea in your head, and then a couple of hours later with a 3D printer, you can hold it in your hand and make use of it. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, this was a fairly easy design, a simple design, but I just wanted to show you how to make those ridges using the pattern feature in Onshape. So I hope this video was useful for you. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. And if nothing else, I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.